So Chris, these are kind of looking like the weather today. Looking a little gray.
Yeah. Too bad Florida's not neutral. You get what I'm saying?
You had to do it, didn't you?
I had to. It only works that way. There's no other way to do it.
Welcome to SneakerWeb, everybody. Hey everyone, and welcome to SneakerWeb. My name's Rico.
My name's Chris.
And today we have Chris's pair of neutral gray Air Jordan 1 lows.
So today we have the good, the bad, and the
Don't you mean ugly?
It's not ugly, but I'll get to that.
But all right,
Let's
dive right into it, Chris.
Let's do it.
Dive right into it.
So today we have the good old neutral grays. So
can rock with anything.
Yeah. These are to me, these are a summer shoe.
Yeah.
So they're a good classic.
Not the summer shoe of the year because some people can't get these, but you know.
Right. Not the summer shoe for a lot of people, but luckily, by the grace of the Holy Bible, I was able to get these on sneakers. Now, sneakers for me, I've been actually pretty lucky as far as like sneakers the last few attempts that I've gotten.
Do you think they just looked at your account and be like, he took a bunch of L's, we'll give him a couple?
I think, it's either a pity throw or Sneakers is really paying attention. I mean, I'm kind of learning the algorithm a little bit, but it seems to me every time I learn the algorithm,
are you really learning it though?
I don't think I am, but I like to believe that I am. So I guess we can go with that.
Well, that's a whole different video, in all honesty.
Yeah, honestly.
Get us right into these, Chris.
So today we have these neutrals. They are inspired by the high 85s.
But they are not built like the high 85s.
Not built like the high 85s. As far as material-wise, not built like the high 85s.
Man,
and I'm not gonna lie, man.
They had a perfect opportunity, man.
They did. Like when I first saw these, like, you know, on the sneaker blogs and that this was coming out as a low, I was actually genuinely excited. As someone who took an L on sneakers for the high 85s, I really wanted these. I was like, you know what? These look good as a low too.
They do.
And they went with the OG Jordan 1 colorway, which silhouette. I'm sorry, not colorway, which is one of my favorites.
But these are not built like the lows in the previous past.
Correct. So these are not built like the lows. The swoosh, as you can tell on these, is actually a lot smaller. It really?
It's thicker, like at the tail end.
At the tail end, yeah.
But like typically it tapers off.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna get to because it's like it tapers off at the end, but like as the old ones were, the swoosh was the front part was a little bit thicker on that part. They actually thinned that out and made it a little bit smaller.
Like overall, it's smaller. Yes.
Yeah, overall it's smaller. They gave it a more like. They call it a sleeker look, but to me, I prefer the giant check. I don't know why, it just gives the shoe like more character.
Okay.
So let's get into the materials. We got your basic leather that Nike uses. Now,
unfortunately.
Yeah. The only thing is, this leather, if you feel it, it's a little bit thinner than, especially on the toe.
Yeah, it's not heavy.
It's way thinner than what the high 85s are.
Very much so.
Materials-wise, they're not the same. Now, I get it that a lot of the Jordan 1 highs use a more premium material.
They do, yes.
But normally, especially with the OG low ones, I usually don't see this kind of thin material. And a lot of people complain about warping with the shoe, you know, when they got them. And I really think...
me and you talked about this earlier. We both saw the video from Chris at Wear Testers. It was bad.
Yeah, that was horrifying.
And
I was praying that my shoe...
It was teetering. Like...
Yeah, it's like you couldn't get like a standstill. But luckily for me, mine came out just fine.
Yep.
And Nike...
It lays flat?
Yeah, Nike did me a solid. Lays flat. Doesn't bounce around. If we get down to the check, though, we get this nice suede check right here on the side. On the back as well, you have that little suede little patch here, and then
it feels nice at least.
Yeah, it's nice, right? And it's like a little glossy, Air Jordan logo back here.
Yep.
The only thing is the Air Jordan logo back here feels a little bit cheap to me.
Unfortunately,
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't they? I mean, I'm pretty sure they did this a little differently, but
they did.
I feel like this is not normally implemented like this.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this was actually a lot different than their previous lows. And especially with this one, they went with the more glossy look. And it kind of seems like it was more of a digital stitch versus a actual like plated stitch. Or if you actually go with something that's more of like digitally altered onto the shoe or stitching. So they kind of went with that. They didn't make it leather. So if you're expecting a leather material on the back, you're out of luck.
Yep.
So we're also going to move to the overall stitching is clean on the shoe. So the one thing I could say about this,
now you have worn these a bit, so the stitching isn't pristine like right out of the box.
Yeah, it's not as A1.
Yeah.
But it's held up pretty good. And, you know, I'd wear these for casual, but...
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like we mentioned in the beginning of the video, this literally goes with everything.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with these.
Yeah. And then we have, you know, the tongue, your standard.
Yeah.
I actually prefer this tongue over
This is the nylon tongue, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer this tongue over the other J's that they come out, the full leather ones. Personally, for me...
I don't think... Wait, I think the pine greens came with one. I think. No, they came with...
That's the one I don't like.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that is a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
Although it feels more premium,
These are the pine green mids, by the way.
Yeah. I prefer the thinner tongue. It just gives me more mobility, and it doesn't like move around, because I have an issue where it's like sometimes when you tie your shoe, it kind of moves to the left, moves to the right. This kind of stays in place.
Okay.
And I very much prefer the Nike Air sign versus the Jordan sign on the tongue.
Can we just say real quick that the sculpting and the shape of this, especially in the toe box, like this is a box. This is just
yeah.
It's not sleek.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just not. It doesn't live up to the 85, at least the high 85s. But as far as comfortability, I can tell you one thing.
I mean, wearability and casual and appeal, and yes, I agree that this is probably the way to go. But like Jordan Brand, like how all you did was just take off the top half. You didn't have to change this.
Yeah.
The fit.
Yeah, personally. But at the same time, though, it gives you a lighter feel when you're wearing these, and I actually enjoy that. Although I have a huge issue with the leather.
Yes, but it probably will last a little longer since... Correct me if I'm wrong, this is synthetic leather?
Correct.
Okay, so it will last a little longer, and yeah, I don't think you're gonna have an issue with this. Now, you are a wide footer. Did you go true to size or down half a size?
I took a chance and went true to size.
Okay.
Only because I trust myself in Jordan 1s, but I didn't know what to expect, because when I did get the shoe, I was like, oh dang, this looks small. And I was for sure, because I wear a 10.5, 11, so I run between those two. And I was for sure that I was gonna be screwed. And I was gonna have to sell these. But no, actually they fit good.
Okay.
As a wide footer, when you put it in to the shoe, it actually curates around your foot. Okay. Which, again, it's a standard J, but
I mean, yes.
Personally, the materials that they went with was
but a standard J like 2 months ago isn't going to feel the same, unfortunately, 2 months later.
Exactly. Now, creasing. We're going to talk about that. This shoe, I actually did a bending. I know that sounds morbid, but I did a bending test on this because I really wanted to see how well it creases. I
think you really exaggerated on your left foot.
I did. But at the same time, it kind of came like this.
Oh, well, and that's not good.
Yeah, that's the dip work.
That's the blemish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of came that way, and I didn't like
it. I'm going to try to get this in, but the dimple on this, guys
Craziness.
And girls, this is bad.
The right side held up pretty good as far as the bending test. The left side...
So always start off on your right foot.
For these specifically, I'm just so mixed about them that I love them, but at the same time I hate them.
Yeah.
Because they're so good that they shouldn't be hated.
No.
But the colorway obviously is your standard summer colorway, and size-wise, if you're gonna be a wide footer like myself, go true to size. These will fit you true to size. They kind of remind me of the new Dunks, like the materials they use for the Dunks now. It kind of curates around your foot just fine, and it doesn't feel too big or flop around when you're walking. Okay. So, yeah, I'd give this one a solid 7.5. Only because materials.
Only because materials and craftsmanship. This could have been better, Jordan, but you dropped the ball slightly on this one.
For sure.
Maybe I'll get a pair seeing them in person and seeing that I can rock it with a lot of the clothing that I have, but unfortunately for me, just because of material wise and craftsmanship, I'm gonna pass on these.
Hey, that's fair. There's a lot of people who got them and didn't, including Chris from Wear Testers. And I saw his video, and man,
it's such a tragic story.
It was tragic because it's like, as a sneakerhead, you buy a shoe and you want a good quality product.
Yes,
you know
you
what I
do.
mean? And Nike, you've been putting out good quality. You put out bad quality. There's different ones, but this one specifically, I thought they would have gunned it for specifically like good, like actually compared quality to the
Like
high-end
this,
vibes.
like this really could have been a knockout of the park, but instead you got a foul ball into a fan's face.
Yeah,
And
even down to the little pattern.
yeah,
Down here, they completely changed that.
it's not the
So-
same as a Jordan 1 outsole. It's really not. I got a couple to compare it to. But I mean, look, I'm glad that you're happy with these.
I am.
And
Overall, I am.
but yeah, it's a no for me.
A 7.5 in my book is, for
It's
me,
passing.
for a Jordan is better
It's passing.
than anything. Because you can wear this one anything. Like,
Yeah.
you could beat these up and they'd still look pretty good.
True.
So, hey.
I'll let you beat it up though, and I'm gonna let you sign us out as well.
All right, guys. Well, be sure to check us out next time for more sneakers. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out SneakerWeb on all social media platforms. That includes Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Do we have a Facebook?
We do have
know.
a Facebook. It's actually it's funny. We do have a Facebook account
So we do have a Facebook. So yeah,
for all the old heads.
if you are feeling these, if you're not feeling them, let us know in the comments, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace, guys.
Later.